जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्री श्री राधा राधानाथ की जय, श्री श्री गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय, श्री श्री गौर हरि की जय, जीवांग शाभय चरणार बिंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, शाम्बैत भक्त वृंद की जय, हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्ण। So this morning we are continuing reading from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is chapter 89, Super Excellent Power Krishna. This first part finished, no? Second part? Second part of this chapter? Okay. Once upon a time in Dwarka, a Brahmana's wife gave birth to a child. Unfortunately, however, just after being born and touched in ground, the child immediately died. The Brahman father took the child and went directly to the palace of the king. The Brahman was very upset because of the untimely death of the child. In the presence of the young father and mother, thus his mind became very much disturbed. Formerly, when there was a responsible king, up to the time of Dwapar Yuga, when Lord Krishna was present, the king was liable to be blamed for the untimely death of a child in the presence of his parents. Similarly, such a responsibility was there during the time of Lord Ramchandra. As we have explained in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the king was so responsible for the comforts of the citizen that he was to see that there was not even the excessive heat or cold. Now the Brahman whose child was died, thinking there was no fault in his own part, immediately he went to the palace door with the dead child in his arms and accused the king as follows. So Srila Prabhupada gives that how the king should be pious. Unless until the king is not pious, the citizen also they get so many calamities, disturbance from and the material dinner, so many unfortunate situations happen. So, because it is mentioned in the Manu Samhita also, if the king are pious, then timely there is rain, there is food grains, everything is sufficient, and the citizens of the kingdom never gets any disturbance in their life. But now it is completely different. You know? So Srila Prabhupada is so in the Dwapar Yuga when Krishna was present, especially, and this Brahmana who had child, he was born and death. He died. When he died, he is blamed to the king. And what is he blaming? Next, the present king Ugrasen is envious of Brahmana. He is blaming the king Ugrasen. He is saying that envious of Brahmana. The exact word used in this connection is Brahmadvisa. One who is envious of the Vedas, of a qualified Brahmana or the Brahmana caste is called Brahmadvisa. So the king was accused of being Brahmadvisa. He was also accused of being Sattadhi, falsely intelligent. The excessive executive head of the state must be very intelligent to see the comfort of the citizen. But according to the Brahmana, the king was not at all intelligent. Although he was occupying the royal throne, therefore Brahmana also called the Labdha, which means greedy. In other words, a king is executive head of the state should not occupy the exalted post of the president or king if he is greedy and self-interested. But it is natural that an executive head becomes self-interested when he attached the material enjoyment. Therefore, another word used here, Vishaya Manaha. So Srila Prabhupada again, for our understanding, he is saying that how the executive head especially in our society and also this outside world, they should be, how should be their character? They should be truthful always, and and there should be always honest, and the character should be completely without any doubt. So this is just a requirement for taking care of a spiritual organization, especially society like us. So Srila Prabhupada through this chapter, though in the Sanskrit verse it is not mentioned, but Srila Prabhupada is giving us for our own understanding and practicing in our own life. And the Brahmana also accused the king of being Kshatriya Bandhu, which refers to a person born in the family of Kshatriyas or the royal order, but lacking of qualification of a royal personality. A king should protect Brahminical culture and should be very alert to the welfare of the citizen. He should not be greedy due to the attachment of material enjoyment. If a person with no qualification represents himself as a Kshatriya of a royal order, he is not called as a Kshatriya but a Kshatriya Bandhu. Similarly, if a person is born in a Brahmana family but has no Brahminical qualification, he is called also Brahma Bandhu or a Dija Bandhu. So this means that a Brahmana or a Kshatriya is not accepted simply by the birth. One has to qualify himself for a particular position. Only then he is accepted as a Brahmana or a Kshatriya. And again, Srila Prabhupada is giving another philosophical from Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is saying that Chaturvarna Maya Srishya Guna Karma Vivakasa. So it is not by birth you are a Brahmana or a Kshatriya. So if you have developed the qualities of a Brahmana, then you are a qualified Brahmana. Or if you have qualified as a Kshatriya, then you are a Kshatriya. That's why Krishna explained in the qualities of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sutra in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So here also Srila Prabhupada again saying that though the Brahmana is accusing the king, but Srila Prabhupada is again giving the and he is teaching us and also the society, those the people, those who are claiming themselves as a Brahmana or Kshatriya, I am Brahmana, especially in India. Here we don't know. Here there is no casteism system outside India, but in India there is so much disturbance among the, because Brahmana, they don't accept themselves as, oh, you see, we say that, oh, you have no Brahman quality. They say, oh, you are born in Brahman family. What can you say? So that's why Srila Prabhupada is teaching us, not only born in the Brahman family, you become Brahmana, but you have to develop the quality of a Brahmana. So especially in our Krishna consciousness practice also. So we try to rise above this Varnashram system ourselves and practicing Krishna consciousness slowly. So because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying that he is not Brahmana, he is not Kshatriya, he is not Sudra, Vaishya, or he is not Sannyasi, or either Brahmachari or Banprastha. Though he was belongs to a Brahmana family and he was Sannyasi himself, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our identity is not either we are any belongs to any caste, creed or any ashram. So we are only servants of Jiva Swarupa Hai Krishna Nitya Das. So that's Srila Prabhupada wants to remind us. We should not never in time, we should think that, oh, I am such and such. But this is called bodily recognition, or bodily, you are in bodily platform. So I have to rise ourselves in the bodily platform of life. And again, the Brahmana is charging. Thus the Brahmana charged that the newly born baby was dead due to the disqualification of a king. The Brahmana took it to the most unnatural, and therefore he had the king responsible. So we also find in the Vedic history that if a Kshatriya king was irresponsible, sometimes a consulting board of a Brahmanas maintained by the monarchy would be dethrone him. Considering all the points, it appears that the post of a monarch in Vedic civilization is a very responsible one. Prabhupada again saying that this our democratic system has so many difficulties and demerits. Prabhupada is saying that the monarchy system was better than this democratic, because monarchy system was not only ruled by the king, because he has the minister of Brahmanas. Those Brahmanas, he take advice from the Brahmanas. As we know that in case of Beno Maharaj, when he took born the Brahmanas, his father was a great devotee. But unfortunately, the Bena took birth. He was completely irresponsible. He was a completely indifferent personality. He was not taking advice of the Brahmanas. He is saying that king is the representative of Supreme Lord, so you have to worship me, not the Supreme Lord himself. So that's why when he was devoid of these qualities, so that's why the Brahmanas, the assembly of Brahmanas, they dethroned him and they cursed him to die. So that's why here Prabhupada is saying that it is not an ordinary job to become a king or any responsible executive head. This is a much responsible post. So this is very responsible. So Brahman therefore said, no one should be offer respect or worship to a king whose only business is envy. Such a king spent his time either hunting or killing animals in the forest or killing citizens of a criminal act. So he has no self-control and possesses bad character. If such a king is worshipped or honored by the citizen will never be happy. They will always remain poor, full of anxieties and agreement, and always be unhappy. In the modern politics, the post of a monarch has been abolished, and the president is not held responsible for the comforts of a citizen. In this age of Kali, the executive heads of a state somehow or other gets the vote and elected to an exalted post. But in the condition of the citizen continue to be full of anxiety, distress, unhappiness and dissatisfaction. So that's happening in the current age, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning. Due to the executive head or a so-called president or prime minister of the country, because they are not qualified personality. Especially they are absent of our spiritual qualification. So they are not spiritually inclined. So that's why it is very important. As we see in the Mahabharata also, Srila Prabhupada writes when Yudhishthira Maharaj was a king, after the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Srila Prabhupada saying that Krishna wanted that a devotee should take care and become the king of the kingdom. Before, Duryodhana was not that bad administrator. He was a good administrator, but he was not a devotee of Krishna. So that's why it is very important for a person who is established in a responsible position in the society. So he should be very much advanced in his spiritual knowledge. Unless until he is not so, that's what is happening nowadays in this world. There is so many warfare going on. People are in anxiety. You don't know what to do. The next situation what will happen. So they are all, just as Prabhupada mentioned, the condition of citizen continue full of anxiety, distress, unhappiness and dissatisfaction. The Brahmana's second child also died at birth. And the third also. And he had 9 children who all died at birth. And each time he used to come to the gate of the palace and accuse the king. And when the Brahmana came and accused the king of Dwaraka for the 9th time, Arjuna happened to be present with Krishna that time. On hearing that a Brahmana was accusing the king of not properly protecting him, Arjuna became inquisitive and approached the Brahmana. He said, "My dear Brahmana, why do you say that there is no proper Kshatriya to protect the citizen of your country? Is there not even someone who can pretend to be Kshatriya, who can carry a bow and arrow at least to make show of protection? Do you think that all the royal personalities in the country simply engage in performing the sacrifice with the Brahmanas, but have no chivalrous power? Thus Arjuna indicated that Kshatriyas should not sit back comfortably at the pretext of performing only Vedic rituals, but must rather be very chivalrous in protecting the citizen. The Brahmanas being engaged in spiritual activities are not expected to do anything which requires the physical endeavor. Therefore, they need to be protected by the Kshatriyas so that they will not be disturbed in execution of their higher occupational duties. Again, every stanza and para we see this Srila Prabhupada has something instruction for us. Actually, this is actually beauty of Srila Prabhupada's commentary and purport than other books. Usually you might have read or heard many books, different books. But Srila Prabhupada's books are a special beauty. When Srila Prabhupada writes, actually if you see the translation of this chapter in Bhagavatam, so in the main sloka it is not there. This is what Srila Prabhupada writes. But the beauty of Srila Prabhupada wants to not only just writing like parrot, no? Whatever written in the sloka is just as a Sanskrit scholar you write as it is translation. No, Prabhupada does not. What is the beauty of Srila Prabhupada's purport and Prabhupada's right? Jai Sri Sri Radharanath ki jai. Sri Sri Gaura Hari ki jai. Sri Gaura. Srila Prabhupada always try to give something to us. Otherwise, just there is no difference. Suppose you read Srimad Bhagavatam, the sloka, like many scholars they are writing also. There are translation. And Srila Prabhupada has a specific thing that Prabhupada wants to give something for us, our teaching, our understanding, how we are practicing our Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada has always, in every purport you see that this is all full of always instruction to the devotee especially. For outsider, different. For the devotees, how they practice their Krishna consciousness. Because in the practice of Krishna consciousness, many times we forget. We think, oh, I am born in this family. My father is a devotee. My this thing, that thing. We become bodily consciousness. So Prabhupada gives us this time. We should not be any time of our practicing Krishna. We should not be in a bodily platform of life. We should always be in seeing that we are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So this is here, though Arjuna was saying that how do you think that the Kshatriyas all are bogus, useless? No? They have chivalrous quality, this thing, they are protecting the citizen, they should do this. So Prabhupada hinting that again the 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the qualities of Brahmana, chivalrous and protecting the citizens. No? Those who are coming to their surrender, they surrender. They have to give protection, otherwise they cannot be called as Kshatriyas. So, so that's why we see that Srila Prabhupada has a special instrument, because everything Srila Prabhupada is in that is supported by the scriptural injection, different scriptures. So anything which requires the physical end, therefore they need to be protected by the Kshatriyas, so that they will not be disturbed in education. Because Brahmanans, the quality, they don't have to go for begging, or they have to do some business for maintain their family, because they are the topmost person in the society. Their duty is only to give the spiritual knowledge to the others, give the knowledge to the others. If somebody is giving the knowledge to the others, then where is the time he has to go and do some business to maintain his family? So that's why this is the duty of the Kshatriya to maintain them. So, So that's why they will have no anxiety of maintaining their family. If they have anxiety how to do this thing, that thing, then how they keep knowledge to spiritual for advance in their life. So they'll have no time for this. So if the Brahmana feels unwanted separation from their wives and children, Arjuna continued, and the Kshatriya king do not take care of them, then such Kshatriyas are to be considered no more than the stage players. So in a dramatic performance in the theatre, an actor may play the part of a king, but no one expert in benefit of such a make-believing king. Similarly, the king or the executive head of a state cannot give protection to the head of the social structure. He is considered merely a bluffer. So such executive heads simply live for their own livelihood while occupying exalted posts as chiefs of state. My lord, I promise that I shall give protection to your children, and if I am unable to do so, then I shall enter into the blazing fire, so that the sinful contamination which has infected me will be counteracted. So here we see another incident Srila Prabhupada wants to mention also Krishna wants to teach us. Though Krishna was present in Dwaraka, Agression was the king, but Krishna, Lord Balaram was present, and everybody was present there. Arjuna, by chance, somehow, he was present that time the 9th child was born. Nobody could do anything. Even Krishna himself, he did not do anything, to this. When Brahmana was accusing, at least he could say something, no? Because Krishna has a specific purpose to doing any act. When Krishna does some act, he has some specific reason. In this specialist pastime, Krishna wanted to teach lesson through Arjuna to us. No? Though Arjuna was his dear devotee, as Krishna says, you are my devotee, and Sakha means he is a friend also, his dearmost friend also. But through him, how becoming a devotee and a friend of Krishna, sometimes you try to avoid Krishna, you want to do yourself. I can do also. I fought a battlefield Kurukshetra, I had this thing, that thing. I victory over so many great warriors, so I can do this thing. No? You sometimes in your devotional service also something happen like that. When we achieve something, then we think, oh, this is our one. No, this is only and only the presence of Krishna. Unless until Krishna gives you all this potency, power, exists, so only you can become. If Krishna withdraws, what will happen? We can even lift a glass of water, no? If Krishna lifts up. So, this Lord Krishna wants to teach us through Arjuna. So, that's why here Arjuna is promising to the Brahmana, I will protect your child. Arjuna is thinking this, I can do anything. So, Srila Prabhupada again continuing, Arjuna then understood that the Brahman had lost all faith in the Kshatriyas kings. Therefore, to encourage him, Arjuna spoke as if criticizing even his friend Lord Krishna. While Lord Krishna and others were listening, he especially attacked Krishna by saying, my dear Brahmana, I am neither Sankarsana nor Krishna, nor anyone, Krishna's son like Pradyumna or Aniruddha. My name is Arjuna, and I carry bow known as Gandiva. You cannot insult me, for I have satisfied even Lord Shiva by my prowess. When we were both hunting in the forest, I had a fight with Lord Shiva, who appeared before me as a hunter. And when I satisfied him in my prowess, so he gave me the weapon known as Pasupata. Do not doubt my chivalry. I shall bring back your sons, even if I had to fight with the death personified. So when the Brahman was assured by the Arjuna in such exalted words, so he was somehow or other convinced, and thus he returned home. So here, no, Arjuna would not have a, like us, we become envious or become more popped up. So, but here Krishna is always trying to teach us. And when Krishna tries to teach us, to whom he will teach? Only his own person, no? To whom he likes so much. No? Only by his dear devotee he can teach us. Not like outside person. Like yesterday we see the theatre, the drama. The drama players only are one person. No? They are not outsider, inner one, right? So one person means they know that what is Krishna wants, Supreme Lord wants. That's why they can act accordingly, exactly what Krishna wanted to do. Others, they cannot do that act. So that's why Krishna is making an instrument to Arjuna here, to thinking that he is something else. No, he is very special. Even Krishna is saying that even Krishna cannot do things, Lord Balaram cannot do things, even Krishna's son, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, they cannot do, but I can do, I am Arjuna myself. So sometimes this situation come to our mind, so we have to be very careful by hearing this pastime from the Krishna book. So when Brahmana's wife was gave birth to another child, the Brahmana began to chant, "My dear Arjun, please come now and save my child." After hearing him, Arjuna immediately prepared himself by touching sanctified water and uttering the holy mantra to protect his bow and arrows from the danger. He especially took the arrows presented to him by Lord Shiva, and while going out remembered Lord Shiva and his great favor. In this way he appeared in front of a maternity home, equipped with his bow and known as Gandiva, and with his various weapons. So Srila Prabhupada again saying that Arjuna was thinking more Lord Shiva, not Lord Krishna. So when he is going, he is thinking that Krishna is an ordinary person, he could not do anything. 9th child already passed away. No? If Krishna would do something, so he could already saved him. He is a different child. Why he should wait up to 9th child? Means Krishna has no much power. So Arjuna is thinking in that way. So he is now more dependent upon Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva gave him Pasupata Astra, weapon of Pasupata. So he was thinking about Lord Shiva and went to protect, well prepared, not only, he was fully prepared himself, and went to protect the child of Brahmana. Arjuna, who apparently had not left Dwarka because he had to fulfill the promise of Brahmana, was called at night when the Brahmana's wife was to give birth to the child. So while going to the maternity home to attend the delivery case, the Brahmana's wife, Arjuna remembered Lord Shiva and not his friend Krishna. He thought that since Krishna could not give protection of the Brahmana, it was better to take shelter of Lord Shiva. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that this is another incident, how the person takes shelter of the demigods. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita, Kamastha Istaya Paruta Jnana Prapadyanta Anya Devata. So a person who loses his intelligence because of greed and lust, forget the Supreme Personality of Godhead, take shelter of the demigods. Of course, Arjuna was not an ordinary living entity, but because of his friendly dealing with Krishna, he thought that Krishna was unable to give protection of the Brahmana boy. So, and that would be, and he would be better to remember Lord Shiva. Later it was proved that Arjuna's taking shelter of Lord Shiva instead of Lord Krishna was not at all successful. So this is the Krishna's wonderful pastime actually. Krishna wants to play pastime with his friend Arjuna. Arjuna, however, did his best, chanting different mantras, and he shot arrows up and down to guard the maternity home from all directions. The Brahmana saw him deliver the male child, and as usual, the child began to cry. But suddenly, within a few minutes, both child and Arjuna's arrow disappeared into the sky. Arjuna said, all the endeavor, he prepared so much, chanted so many mantras, this thing, that thing. Everything finished. No? He could not protect. So it appears that the Brahmana's house was near Krishna's residence, and that Lord Krishna was enjoying everything that was taking place. Apparently, the defiance of his authority. It was he who played the tricks of taking away the Brahmana's boy as well as an arrow. The arrows, including the one given by Lord Shiva, of which Arjuna was so proud of. Antabantu te phalam te samtad vavata alpamedasam. Less intelligent men take shelter of the demigod due to the bewilderment and are satisfied with the temporary benefit of the world. So, so Krishna is always, as we know that he is enjoying the pastime. No, he does not have any anxiety. What to do this thing, that tomorrow what will happen. So especially in this pastime, he want to see that how his friend Arjuna to become proud of his own prowess, and so and same time he want to teach also that nobody can give you certain protection than only Krishna himself, Lord Shiva, Brahma. So nobody can give you protection. Krishna wanted to see show this by his activities, and Krishna always enjoy. He does not have to do anything. No, he enjoy all the pastime. Maybe Arjuna is now too much worried now because he has promised that he will protect, but Krishna is not at all any anxiety. Brahman was anxiety because his son, already 9th son gone, now 10th is already disappeared. So, but Krishna is enjoying the pastime. In the presence of Lord Krishna and others, the Brahmana began again accuse Arjuna. Everyone see my foolishness. I put my faith in this word of this Arjuna, who is important and who is expert only in false promises. How foolish I was to believe Arjuna. He promised to protect my child when even Pradyumna, Anuruddha, Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna had failed. If such a great personality could not protect my child, then who can do so? So I therefore condemned Arjuna for his false promise. And I also condemned his celebrated boa Gandiva and his impudence, and declaring himself the greater than Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna, Pradyumna and Anuruddha. How can anyone save my child who has already been transferred to another planet? Due to sheer foolishness, only Arjuna thought he could bring back my child from another planet. So, every activity of Krishna as a pastime, there is always Krishna has some different planning. Because we don't know, Krishna has a separate supercomputer nowadays, He has a programming in different place. Like, so what to do in what time, Krishna has already everything he planned actually. And exactly he waited that time. When the time comes, Krishna click that button and perform that pastime. So here exactly, because many years Lord Karanataka Sai Vishnu, so he wanted to see Lord Krishna and Arjuna together with him. So that's why here, that's why Krishna was not at all disturbed. When Brahmana came 9th time, he has accused the king, he did not disturb anything. He was not. And when Arjuna came, because the Karanataka Sai Vishnu, he wanted to see Lord Krishna and Arjuna, both of them. So that's why Arjuna had to come and Arjuna had to make the promise. And his promise was broken, and Brahman now again accusing the Arjuna also. So here he is saying that he has been transferred, my son has been transferred to different planetary system. How can Arjuna get back my son? So he was only pretender as a Kshatriya, he is false promising. And Krishna was completely neutral, he is completely not reacting anything. Thus condemned by the Brahmana, Arjuna empowered himself with mystic yoga perfection so that he could travel to any planetary system to find the Brahmana's baby. It seems that Arjuna had mastered the mystic yoga power by which yogis can travel to any planetary system they desire. So he first of all went to the planet known as Yamloka, where the superintendent of death, Jamaraj, lives. So there he searched for Brahmana's baby, but was unable to find him. He then immediately went to the planet where the king of heaven, Indra, lives. When unable to find the baby there, he went to the different planetary system, fire god, demigod, then the planet of the Nairiti demigod, then the moon planet, then he went to the Vayuloka, Varunaloka, and when unable to find the baby, those planets, he went down to the Rasatal planet, the lowest of the planetary system. After traveling to all these different planetary systems, he finally went to the Brahmaloka, where even the mystic yogis cannot go. By the grace of Lord Krishna, Arjuna had that power, and he went above the heavenly planetary system to Brahmaloka. So when he was unable to find the baby, even after searching all the possible planets, then he attempted to throw himself into a fire. Since he had promised that Brahmana he would do so if unable to bring back his baby. Lord Krishna, however, was very kind towards Arjuna because Arjuna was the most intimate friend of the Lord. Lord Krishna persuaded Arjuna not to enter the fire in disgrace. Krishna indicated that since Arjuna was his friend, if he were to enter the fire hopelessly, indirectly it would be blemish towards him. Lord Krishna therefore checked Arjuna, assuring him that he would find the baby. He told Arjuna, do not foolishly commit suicide. So Krishna could do that before, no? Why he is doing now? So here Krishna wanted to show us that how much extent we can go beyond believing Krishna, our own endeavor. How much we are dependent by our own endeavor. Even one time we fail, like in this material world people, one time they become failed, they again try themselves, again try. And here we see same thing Arjuna also doing. In the beginning when he failed, suppose he went to the Jamaloka, I should understand when he did not find in Jamaloka, okay, in Jamaloka fine, let us go back, no? Admit myself. But we don't want to admit ourselves my fault. We think that we are so much such and such, we are so much proud of our own endeavor and achievement. We don't want to become humble ourselves. So Krishna wants to make him humble in this way. So because we are so much dependent upon our so-called false ego. Our ego takes us so in such extent. Even Krishna is present there, Arjuna is trying. Same Krishna taught him before Kurukshetra battlefield. The ego is the problem of the living entity coming to this material world. And Arjuna still now trying to utilize his ego. He is not stopping. He could stop in the beginning. When he was failed, even all this arrangement, his Pasupata Astra, he could stop himself and surrender. Okay, I am failed, now sacrifice myself in the fire. But he was not stopped there. He did not stop there. He tried going to different planet system. Even Brahmaloka he went. And after that, when he failed completely, then he again admitted. So this is a situation of ours. But Krishna is so kind, so merciful. He never gives up his hope. He always looking that when this living entity will look towards me. Because Krishna has especially, Krishna says, Suhrudam Sarva Bhutanam. The Suhrud word is so important. Even our so-called Suhrud, evolution in this world, they may abandon us, but Krishna never abandoned. So that is called Suhrud. Though Arjuna was completely forgetting about Krishna, he was not, Krishna, please help me in this situation. Like in the battlefield Kurukshetra, he asked him, please help me. But here he is not asking Krishna for helping. He is trying himself to do and give protection and bring back the child of Brahmana. But Krishna just watching. Like Srila Prabhupada says in 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, one bird is enjoying the fruit, another bird just watching. So Krishna is exactly doing that, watching. What is this living entity doing? Because Krishna is giving us a free will. He does not interfere our free will. So how much extent we are utilizing our free will, whether for our own benefit or again entangled in this material world. So that Krishna is watching. If you are using our free will to entanglement, Krishna, okay, no problem, you go material world again. 8,400,000 species, you go back again, no problem. But still I am waiting for you. Don't worry. I am here waiting for you. And here Krishna, when he saw that Arjuna's child is going to different planetary system by his own mystic power, and he is coming back now, he is thinking that I have to give up my life, entering the fire. Stop, Krishna is saying. So this is the compassionate nature of Krishna. And another thing also we can see here, like Krishna promised in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, you declare, my devotee never perish. This also Krishna wanted to prove. The Krishna's devotee will never defeat. No? So Krishna, if the devotee defeats any, then who will blame? Krishna will blame himself. No? Oh, you are devotee of Krishna, he defeated the game. So Krishna also wants to keep his own prestige. So this is the transcendental relationship between Krishna and his devotees. Krishna does not want that he has to be blamed or his devotee. So that's why here Prabhupada is saying that indirectly he would be blamed himself. Lord Krishna therefore checked Arjuna, assuring him that he would find the baby. He told Arjuna, do not foolishly commit suicide. And what Krishna did after? After addressing Arjuna in this way, Lord Krishna called for his transcendental chariot. He mounted it along with Arjuna and proceeded to north. Lord Krishna, the all-powerful personality of Godhead, could have brought the child back without effort. But he should always remember that he was playing the part of a human being. By there, Krishna does not need to go anywhere, right? Krishna is the Supreme Lord. What is the point of becoming Supreme Lord? Supreme Lord, by his own mere desire, even the all planetary system has been created, annihilated, maintained by his mere will. No? And Krishna does not need to go there where this child has gone. Or like that, Krishna does not know where they have gone and he is making so much endeavor. No, here Krishna is saying that I have taken birth as a human being. So I should not trespass that activity. As a human being, he is doing his own endeavor here to so that's why here, as a human being, he has to do this endeavor to achieve the certain result. So Lord Krishna, like an ordinary human being, like his friend Arjuna left Dwaraka, bring back the Brahmana's baby by appearing in human society as exhibiting his pastime as a human being. Krishna definitely showed that there is not a single personality greater than he. The God is the great. So that is the definition of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So at least within this material world, while he was present, Krishna proved that there is no greater personality within this universe. So sometimes Krishna is showing himself, though he is acting like a human being, sometimes also he is showing that he is the Supreme Lord himself. So Krishna also again speaks in Bhagavad Gita 3rd chapter. If he does not do his duty, then normal people, those general people, what they will do? So they will not follow anything, rules and regulations, and they will not do any activities. So they become completely idle. So that's why Krishna is saying that so Krishna himself, as he is a leader of the society, he is doing his acting, he is achieving, he is executing his art. And the same, he is doing also endeavor. Other people think that sitting idly, oh, I am devotee of Krishna, Krishna will do everything for me. They will not do anything. So Krishna is teaching here also, no, we do our duty. But rest assured that Krishna will definitely give us the result. at the time comes. And they not more or not less. Definitely Krishna will give us whatever is required for my sustenance. Definitely Krishna will never abandon me, because somehow or rather I become his devotee. So that we should have complete faith in the Supreme Lord. So that here, though Krishna performs everything for his devotee, but devotee same time, equally he also has to depend upon Krishna and his mercy. Seated on his chariot with Arjuna, Krishna proceeded north, crossing over many planetary systems. So there are described in Srimad Bhagavatam as Sapta Deepa. Deepa means Iceland. These planets are sometimes described in Vedic literature as the Deepas. The planet in which we are living is called Jambu Deepa. Outer space is taken as the great ocean of air. Within that great ocean, the ocean of air, there are many islands which are different planets. On each and every planet there are oceans also. One of the same planet oceans are salt water, in other them there is ocean of milk, and other there is ocean of liquor, and others there is ocean of ghee or oil. So there are different kinds of mountains also. So each and every planet has different types of atmosphere. Krishna passes all these planets and reaches the covering of the universe. This covering is described in Srimad Bhagavatam as the great darkness. The material world as a whole is described as dark. In the open space there is sunlight, and therefore it is illuminated. But in this covering, because of the absence of sunlight, it is naturally dark. So when Krishna approached the covering layer of this universe, the four horses which were drawing the chariot, Saibya, Sugriva, Maghapushpa and Balahuk, all hesitated to enter the darkness. So this hesitation is also a part of pastime of Lord Krishna, because the horses of the Krishna are not ordinary. It is not possible for the ordinary horses to go all over the planets and then enter into the outer covering of the layer. As Krishna is transcendental, his chariot and his horses, everything about him are also transcendental, beyond the qualities of the material world. So we should always remember that Krishna was playing the part of an ordinary human being, and his horses also, by the will of Krishna, played the part of an ordinary horses in hesitating to enter the darkness. So we should stop here or we continue one at the time limit. We stop here? Okay. So as here again Srila Prabhupada giving us, we should not never think that which is related to Krishna, so they are material. At this material world we understood everything is matter, but at the same time also they are transcendental. For our vision they are matter, because they are in the material world. But same time these things are coming from Krishna also. Then if something is coming from Krishna, how can they be matter? They are transcendental. Mama Mansa Jivabhuta Sanatana, Krishna is saying they are eternally part and parcel of me. Then how can become the matter? But same times when they are coming to this material world and entangled with this material activities, so they become matter. So like same thing here. But Krishna, for case of Krishna, is not appropriate like that, or it is not applied to Krishna. No. And his horses and his abode, his holy name, everything is transcendental, Supreme Lord. So that's why the horses, those who are driving Krishna's chariot, they are also transcendental like Supreme Lord Krishna. But they are acting like role of in the material world, material horses. So that's why they are hesitating to go to the darkness. And Krishna again, Srila Prabhupada explaining that the characteristic of this material world is darkness, because there is no natural light, and this is covered by the different planetary system, like earth, water, fire, air. So this is covered, because natural light is glowing from the effulgence of our Supreme Lord Himself, His body. Everything should be enlightened, but due to the covering. So that's why we are covered in the living entity, they are covered by the different material entanglement activities. Though we are part and parcel of Supreme Lord is enlightened, the spirit soul, this has been covered, like this material world is covered. There are no light, that's why we need the material light like sunlight, moonlight or electricity. But naturally, actually we are enlightened, but our too much association with this material world, we have been covered and in darkness. That's why we need light. And light where we get? Light from Krishna or His holy name. When we chant holy name of Krishna, though we become enlightened and surpass this darkness. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Jai Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead ki Jai. Sri Sri Radharanath ki Jai. Sri Sri Giridhari ki Lal ki Jai. Sri Sri Gaurahari ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Samved Bhakta Binda ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any question, comment?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. I was just thinking when Krishna left the planet also, Arjuna was placed in similar position when he was taking the queens, away from Dwarka to a safe place. And then there also he was attacked by ordinary citizens. He was attacked by some gundas, and in that way, he had lost all his power because Krishna was not on the planet. So you want to shed some light on that?
No. Actually, there is not time that Krishna's spiritual potency was absent. But in some time, Krishna withdraws his transcendental powers, qualities. So, like in the absence of Krishna, there was a physical absence. Is not like his spiritual potency was absent. But Krishna has a different planning. Actually, the spiritual potency will come through different way. Like Srimad Bhagavatam, it comes. So that like that. So we should not think that Krishna has disappeared. Like Srila Prabhupada also many times said that it is never time that Krishna's absence. Krishna is always present, but sometimes for our eyes he has been disappeared. Okay, for time. So like that, sometimes Krishna withdraw his own potency, and he again give his same potency through different means. That is the beauty of Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much for your attention. I am not a good speaker. Oh, you have some question?
Hare Krishna. My name is Moses. I reside in a community of 1104 Pocket Brush. I grew up here in the community, but I've never really had reason to come into the temple. I've always been walking around and noticing this great building, but as an adult, life has forced me to come in and investigate and want to know more about Krishna. So I've been coming here. This is my third Sunday, not consecutively, but I've been coming in over a period of a couple of months. I've been able to have, this is my third Sunday, and I've been learning a lot. So I belong to Shembe. So Krishna, as you guys refer to him as Krishna. So we have Shembe, and this is Bombela, our first transcendent. As Prabhupada is the first guy, I mean, not to say guy, is almighty, with respect, but he's the first to go to the United States in very dangerous areas, and he advocated for Krishna. So as I have my, we refer to him as Bombela, because he is the first to go into the black community and to revive what Jehovah, our God, Shembe, wants from the people. Now, I went to school here in Chatsworth, and I was taught by Hindu teachers. As I can see, some of the ladies here looking so good. I was taught by some of them, and coming to the temple, you guys live this. You are Krishna. From the way you speak, the way you walk. Even when I go to the kitchen to get prasadam, yeah, the humility you guys show is so Krishna. And I've had the opportunity to read the book Prabhupada wrote. It emphasized that. Come again? Yes, that book. I read 24 pages, and I couldn't go on because it was releasing me from my own apprehension. I couldn't take it because I had to realize that I'm not this. I'm a spirit, and I was conflicted with that because now if I realize this and I acknowledge it, it means I have to limit myself from society. I can't just do whatever I like because I'm not this body. I'm a spirit. So I rise on the point to say, I want to congratulate you guys. You know, you serve a God that is evident. From the car park, you guys have opulence. I learned the word opulence from the book Prabhupada wrote. You guys are opulent. You can afford to praise your God in a way that is you are within. So I want to say, you guys should continue with Krishna for the rest of your lives, and your children should also take this and continue because you guys are successful, which is something that I like for my own community. So that was my first point, to say I acknowledge Krishna and I say good kudos to you guys, and can you continue to provide, because this temple also provides food for community members. When you go in there, nobody says, oh, you are not like us, you cannot come in and eat with us. We are always welcome to even get a second place if you want. So that is a Krishna way that is for me a God. So I acknowledge your God, and I say I'm part of this, even though I'm Shembe, but I can see how we resonate with each other in a community that is racially and demographically bound, but through faith, through the spirit, we can unite. So I'm glad to be here, and that's my first part of my reason for standing up. The second part is, currently I am an interpreter observer at the Chatsworth Magistrates Court. So I'm looking to be employed there. So I've been observing for a month, and apparently I have to continue for another month. So last week was my proficiency test. I thought it was going to take a day, but I realized that it's going to take longer because I have to go to Umlazi Magistrates Court and familiarize myself with the craft. So my second part of the reason for me to wake up is that I will not be able to afford to go there for a month. I would, under Krishna, I would humbly, kindly ask for you guys if you could contribute towards my journey towards employment, because currently, without a job, it's very, very difficult. My landlord is about to kick me out. So I would kindly, under Krishna, to ask for you guys to please contribute towards my request, and I will faithfully come back end of the month and tell you guys what happened. Am I employed? I will give you feedback, because I respect Krishna. I will not just wanna take from you and run away. I will come back and honor you guys in the name of Krishna, to say thank you for contributing towards my cause. Thank you for helping me, and now I'm employed. Now I can come here and I can bring more people, or we can go, one day go to visit my faith, because it's similar. You guys are opulent, we don't shave, we're not supposed to shave. You guys do what you do, you look like Krishna, I look like Shembe, and I like that a lot. And I'd like it for the whole of South Africa to realize that faith, and we are spirits, and even though we have different denominations, different gods that we pray to, but we are one. And thank you.
Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Movement ki. So this is Srila Prabhupada though Sri Radha a long time. When time comes, living entity comes to Krishna. Hare Krishna.